Is there a smart way to sell faster in today's market? It's unfortunately not as simple as just throwing your home on MLS and waiting for offers to come. Buyers today are more cautious than ever. There's longer average days on market, there's higher interest rates compared to a few years ago. So what we need to do is stand out from the crowd. That's why one of my top recommendations right now is doing a pre-listing inspection, right? It gives you an edge. And today, I'll walk you through 3 powerful reasons why it works. Reason number 1, homes in great conditions sell faster. Now, sidebar, if you haven't seen my video already, what projects actually add value in 2025, go take a look at that video on my channel. But it's no secret that homes in great conditions get more attention, they get more offers, and they sell faster. A pre-listing inspection is certifying your home. Like buying a certified pre-owned car, it builds buyers' confidence and removes the fear of the unknown. According to a recent National Association of Realtors data, buyers in 2025 are more hesitant and doing more due diligence than they have a year ago. Now, when you present a home in a clean, move-in ready fashion, you're saving buyers time and stress, right? Because they know it's worth more money in their eyes. Here's a couple examples of recent things that have just happened. So I had a clients, they are relocating out of the area. The home's in great condition. They have taken really good care of it. And when we went to have our conversations about prepping their home for sale, we talked about a pre-inspection. They said, hey, everything's in great condition. They elected not to do a pre-inspection. Totally fine. What happened was we ended up giving an offer $20,000 over asking right out of the gate, because the home is well taken care of. Curb appeal was great. They have just maintained it, and it was as turnkey as you can make it. So let's fast forward. The buyer said, great, we want it. Here's $20,000 over asking, but we do want to do our own inspection. So through the inspection, came back that, hey, the roof has some soft areas and recommend having a contractor look at it. And the buyers are moving in from out of area. They're moving in from across country. They said, hey, we're still fine to pay the $20,000 over asking, but as part of that, we're concerned about the roof. We just need a new one. A little bit of negotiations back and forth, and ended up, my clients decided to, hey, if this buyer doesn't buy it, we're going to have to replace the roof anyways. So yeah, we're just going to replace the roof. Same thing on another roof. I had a client that did a renovation to their property, renovated the entire property. They went through and they said, hey, we've had contractors do everything, and they replaced the roof. They did all the kitchen, they did all the flooring, doors, trim, windows, you name it, they did it. Then it comes to sell, and then the same thing. We didn't do a pre-inspection because we said everything was practically new in here. The buyers had an inspection, and it came up there were rodents had gotten up in the attic. Rodents had torn through all of the insulation. It ended up costing those clients tens of thousands of dollars to actually do the remediation. And again, the sale happened. Yet had we known something was going on before, had we done the pre-inspection, we likely could have avoided the costly, quick repair we had to do for the sale, and we could have taken some time and maybe vetted some more contractors. So again, take the time for a pre-inspection and fix those costly mistakes up front on your time versus being constrained by a closing date we're trying to meet. Okay, reason number 2 this works, it prevents surprises that kill deals. I've seen too many deals where we find the perfect buyer, right? They make a great offer, the terms are amazing, and then surprises pop up and it kills the deal during inspection. Pro tip here, having the right inspector can actually make or break the deal. The words the inspectors choose to describe what's going on have a huge impact on that. Though we don't get to decide what inspector a buyer is choosing, right? A pre-listing inspection helps avoid that heartbreak, right? It gives us a time to fix deal-breaking issues like a roof leak or foundation crack before the buyer even sees that there's reasons to back out, right? Or renegotiate. This market's all about preparation and positioning. And such a move, doing a pre-inspection, gives us peace of mind going into the negotiations. Tell you a quick little story. In 2025, I've had 4 roofs having to get replaced as part of deals. Now, those deals stayed together and we were able to successfully close. There have been other deals where we could have pre-inspected and found items and either saved clients money and time by fixing deals up front or fixing issues up front, or I've had deals that have just fallen apart. Buyers just completely walked away because they thought there were too many things going on with it, the property. Reason number 3 why this works is it gives you leverage at the negotiating table, right? In 2025, buyers are still asking for credits and repairs as part of the deal, more so than in years past. But if you've already addressed key issues, you hold the cards. right? If your home looks better, it feels more valuable, and it stands out from other listings, right? The more interest you get on a property equals more leverage. When buyers can't pick your house apart during or after an inspection, guess what? You can push for better terms, fewer concessions, and a faster closing. Talk about better leverage at the negotiation table. I can't tell you how many times where an inspector comes through if we have not pre-inspected it. And then it's very common that there's a property that has an older HVAC, like a furnace, or heat pump, air conditioning, an older system, or they have an older water heater. I just this week was dealing with a negotiation where the water heater was 22 years old, where the useful life is between 8 and 12. So the buyer coming in is hearing from the inspector that they just hired. The inspector is saying, hey, this is well past the useful life. This thing could go out tomorrow. A buyer hears that and they start getting freaked out. They're like, oh my gosh, we need it brand new because this thing is past its useful life. When we have a pre-inspection, we can vet these questions up front. We can actually have time to go have different contractors evaluate it, or maybe a third-party HVAC professional come out and say, hey, this thing has years and years. When you're in the heat of the negotiation, if we haven't done the pre-inspection, then it comes up for interpretation, and what the buyers are hearing is whatever their inspector is saying. We don't have control over that. So again, it's a great idea to have a pre-inspection and control the terms and leverage at the negotiation tables. And if we don't, older appliances might be something an inspector says an offhanded comment, and that could kill the deal. So you choose. So that's another reason why having a pre-inspection can help you have that leverage at the negotiation table and give you time to address any concerns. And if you're even thinking about selling this spring or summer or in the future, let's schedule a pre-listing consultation and a strategy session, right? We'll discuss whether a pre-inspection makes sense for you, what it would cost, and how we would use this to your advantage, right? There's no pressure, there's no obligation, just real advice based on your goals and where you're at today and what the market's doing. Hey, feel free to give me a call, text, or email. I'm here to help make this move the best one yet, and look forward to talking soon. Thanks.